The food, the music, the vibe. Kick off your summer at the Ohio Black Expo Riverfront Culture Fest. Tell your friends, share with family. There's no other place to be Memorial Day weekend. Celebrate Black excellence.
Plus 2 concerts featuring Tidra Moses, Talib Kweli, and Jay Rawls, the one and only Marsha Ambrosius, and more.
Experience the African diaspora at its finest. Go to OhioBlackExpo.com for tickets, updates, and more. Visit OhioBlackExpo.com. That's OhioBlackExpo.com.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or one in training? You've got the vision, but do you have the right partner to build your brand, your team, and your future online and off? At CPRfirm.com, we offer expert consulting, financial guidance, and life coaching because we believe in doing life with our clients. After all, what is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Founded by Callan Cash Coleman, we help our clients not only succeed, but plan to retire rich. Your business deserves the best. Start building your legacy today at CPRfirm.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my 2 books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive-Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
I have the baddest in the building, the Zira Oma.
I don't spend my money at the club.
Whose money is it?
People come there to spend money for me. So I get paid to be there. I don't pay anything. Everything I want is provided for me.
Take us to your background.
I'm a model, actress, and event host from Zimbabwe.
Baby, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Christ.
There's slay queens who literally dress up, look good, smell good. Then there's people who actually are like used to the lifestyle, grew in the lifestyle. I think it's just the way I dress. But then I gotta do what I gotta do.
Watch Slay Queen only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
What if I told you there's a news platform made just for us? Unfiltered, unapologetic, telling our stories from Africa and the diaspora. The African Diaspora News Channel app keeps you informed and empowered from wherever you are at any time. Don't just watch, join the movement. Download the app now and stay connected to the news that matters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us today. It is 3:17. It's 3:17. It's a Monday. I know at least some kids are starting their spring break. They say my children, or at least a grandson and my daughter, right? They was spring break last week. So shout out to all the kids out there. Listen, kids, you got a couple of more weeks to go. You got Good Friday coming up, and then after that, you'll be out of school. So it'll be summertime for y'all know it. I know you're tired of your teachers and all of that, but just hold on a little while longer, kids. Hold on, right? Then y'all be at the house sucking up air holding the refrigerator open, keep looking for food. Then as parents, we got to be dealing with that for a couple of months. So, but it is what it is, man. Kids, you only got them for so long, then they become adults, and then hey, because I was looking at because they were doing school registration this week for next term. And I was looking at my little girl grade she going to. I'm like, God bless it. And I'm just shaking my head because I just remember when she was first born. And oh, my Lord, but man, it's like that time is gone. That time is gone. So, but hey, the good thing about it, if you have a grandchild, let me tell you the beauty about grandchildren. You can play with them. You can buy them stuff. You can have fun with grandkids. But you don't have to deal with all the stuff that come with a kid. That's the beauty of a grandparent. Like, trust me, grandparents, it's the best thing ever. Oh, my God, it's the best thing ever. You love it. You love it. You ain't got to get up 3 o'clock in the morning because they sick. You don't really have to be changing diapers too much or nothing like that because that's what their mom and daddy doing. You just get them, play with them, buy them stuff, and hey, that's the beauty of it. Grandparents is awesome. I will tell y'all that I take grandparenting any day over being a mama or daddy. Trust me, because you stuck with that kid. Grandparents come have fun with them, take them wherever they want to take them, and bring them right back to you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But all right, everybody. I hope everybody doing good. A few things. The Ohio Black Expo that's coming up Memorial Day weekend. How many of y'all in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, to be exact? How many of y'all are in the stream, or maybe you'll catch it afterwards? We'll be out there at the Ohio Black Expo. First time going out there, and shout out to them for inviting us because, and let me tell you why they invited us. I say it on the stream and say, you know what? I get more love in Africa. I don't get no love here in America. Really. I don't get invited to nothing too much. I said people support, but they really don't invite us too much. And they say, hey, well, we invite you. Okay. Well, come on. Well, shoot, we'll go. No problem. So Sister Demetria is going and Sister Vicky is also will be there as well. So shout out to them. And, I'll be out there, just kind of mixing and mingling with the people. And they say they got some good food. Now, this is my first time being in Columbus, Ohio. I've never been up there, so hey, I'm anxious to break bread with the brothers and sisters in Columbus. All right. Excuse me. Ooh, hate that happened. Advertising. If you like to advertise your business, your book, your whatever you may have, you can also reach out to us for that. And we'll play your ad on the live stream. Of course, I would say if you have a 15 or 30-second ad, be great, whatever. And we'll put it up and, hey, get some leads going on to your business. Also, with the app, thank y'all for joining us on the app. We are, slowly growing, and I'm happy to see that trajectory. I'm very happy about that. It definitely means a lot. And like I said, our ultimate goal is 10,000 members. Of course, we'll go higher than that once we get to 10,000, right? But hey, 10,000 members is our goal. So what we say on every stream that we like to get 10 people to join the app every live stream. And make sure you do that. We just now I started back up the series Fire Cross Teachers. If you remember that. Some people are new. You may not know what that is. So on that series, I used to cover all the freaking pedo teachers, right? And all the stuff they would do in these schools. And it's more so to raise awareness about keep your eyes on these doggone teachers. Don't just trust these teachers. And so I picked that series back up. Now, for those of you who may say, okay, well, let me see what the app got going. We have a free section, a free content section, and we'll give you a little bit there, right? So the first episode that I put up of 2025 is actually in the free section, also behind the paywall too. But that's it. You're only going to get one episode. That's good enough. All the rest of them, the other 3 that's coming out, one will be released. I think one was released today, and then 2 more days, some more going to be released each day. So you can check it out. When I get a little bit more episodes going on of Slay Queen, I'll probably give you maybe episode 2 of Slay Queen in the free section. You can watch it. That's what I think I will do. I will give one episode for free in our free section, and then the rest of them, you ain't getting them, just so you can kind of see what we're doing, what we have going on, okay? And that way you could join the app once you kind of see that. We're not going to do a 7-day free trial. We just want a free section. So that'll be that. I had one person, y'all, it got on my nerves. Well, you should be giving it for free, because why you got to, like, look, do you go right to Netflix and tell them to give it for free? Paramount Plus? Do you tell Amazon to give it for free? No, you pay that, you pay. And that's really what it is. It's for people that really the payment is just to support the platform and help us keep that going. Because I have to pay people to keep it going. It's not like I'm just putting it up. I have other companies that's helping me. Another company is helping me keep it going, on top of other people who's working behind the scenes that's helping us with posting. There's a lot going on with that, right? So those funds do help to pay to keep that going. We have to have funds also for the shows that we're trying to produce. We have to have funds for the upgrade that we got to get, because the upgrade is going to cost us a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay, because I believe that it'll be worth it, right? So we got to get that done. So the more and more y'all join, the quicker we can get all these things done, right? All right. You say yes, thank you, Jane. Jane say subscribe to the app. So let's go ahead on and since we kind of talked a little bit, let's get started with Barack Obama. Let's get started. And let's talk about Barack Obama and MAGA in particular. So the Democrats, y'all love the Democrats. The Democrats had take issue with some things that Trump is doing. Now, let me tell you what I disagree with what Trump is doing. I think the way Trump is doing the letting people go at the federal level, just kind of the way it's being done, I think it could be done a little bit better than that. I'm not saying you don't cut employees, but really, I understand about employee costs. Don't understand. But I think if you cut the fraud and the waste, you focus on cutting that first. I would say cut that first. And then once you get that down to nothing, then you can start seeing who you have here that's not really doing much of nothing, right? That's how I would do it, is what could we cut operationally first before we start touching people? Because you can't just touch people, because sometimes what Trump is making mistakes on is that you letting people go, then you have to call them back, because you're not looking at operations first. You cut operations first, get that down to where now you're making a profit. Then you go look at the employees and see, do I have too many? Like, what are they doing? If I let this person go, can this person do extra? Like what do we got going on, right? So that's really what the mistake I think they're doing, but Trump moves with chaos. That's just how he do things. What I do agree with going through the books. I do agree with causing chaos on the guise of the IRS and all the status quo. I do agree with the chaos of that, because clearly the status quo don't benefit FBAs. I keep saying that, and I will forever preach that. I love to see them scrambling. I love to see them just in chaos. Like, they don't know what to do. They stressed all the time. I love it, because when they're comfortable, they do a lot of bad stuff to us. I've noticed that when they're too comfortable. When they have to stay on their toes, you're talking about the folks in particular, then they kind of leave us alone a little bit, because they don't know what's going to happen to their livelihood. Because one thing that the folks pride themselves on is comfort. They do not want to be uncomfortable. They do not want to struggle. They do not want to go through remotely what we go through as FBAs in this country, okay? They don't want to hear it. They believe the suffering and the calamity and the chaos belongs to the FBAs. When it comes to us folks, we don't do nothing but sip tea, do our green bean casserole. We do that. And we go to plantations in America and get married on plantations, because that's just what we do, that sort of thing. But we do not supposed to suffer in this country. And if we're suffering, that's a problem, because the system's not working because we're suffering. You have to understand. When you hear them crying about the price of eggs, you hear them crying constantly, and like, the eggs been high. Gas been high. What are you talking about, bro? How do we figure it out? You know what I'm saying? But they don't know how to figure things out because they've been living luxury. So they may say, well, what do you mean? I'm poor. I don't have no. Your group has created a system for you where you could fail up. You understand? We can be successful and still fail as a black person. And because we know that, we create a lot of times contingency plans for it as FBAs. So now we say, well, Obama got to do with this. Just hold on. I'm building my case. Just hold on. What is a guy that's Navi said? I don't appreciate it affecting us that didn't vote for him, period. Well, you know what, sister? We were suffering anyway. We didn't get nothing out of Biden. We was already suffering. What more can we really suffer? That's how I take it. Listen, when you're at the bottom, the only place you can go is up. That's it. That's the only place you can go. We can't suffer no more than what we had. What are they going to take away from us that they haven't taken away already? They're taking away our freedom. They taking away our finances. And what I mean by that is we are more educated than them. We are smarter. They make us be 10 times smarter than them. And yet we don't get paid for our level of education. We don't get paid for our level of experience. So they take our resources away from us. We can't get the home loans that we need. We can't get the business loans that we need. Why? Because of their anti-black racism. That's all it is, too. It's not our credit score. It's not that we don't make enough money. No, it's just anti-black racism. So they constantly taking money from it. Like, what more can they take? They mass incarcerated us. What more could they take that they haven't taken already? That's why I say we can only go up at this point. You can't go more down because you're down enough, right? Now, so Trump come on the scene and say, hey, make America great again. And they get excited. And, they put deportation as one of the main things. They talking about waste and fraud, which I agree with that. But when it comes to the Democrats, if you mention anything about deportations, if you mention anything about waste and fraud, if you mention anything related to those talking points, you're MAGA. I have people who must have been, in the back of the class sniffing Elmer's glue back in the day. One minute they'll say, I'm MAGA. And I'm like, okay, if I'm MAGA, where's my check? Because people who are really MAGA, they got a microphone, they're getting paid. I'm not getting a dime, right? You know why I'm not getting a dime from MAGA? Because they really listen to what I say. Unlike some people, they can only hear what I say on the surface. They hear me agree with some things they're doing, but at the end of the day, I'm calling out to anti-black racism. You understand what I'm saying? So a broken clock can be right twice a day, and I can agree with what's right, but if it's wrong, I'm going to call it out. You know why the Democrats don't mess with me either? Why? Because even though it would probably be smarter for them to mess with me, but they don't, because I'm going to call out their anti-black racism. So the Democrats and the Republicans don't fool with me. Now, one of them do. The Democrats don't like me talking about reparations, and the Republicans don't like me talking about reparations. So I don't see, how am I getting, did you see me invited to the White House when Trump had the Black History Month? No. So, if I'm getting paid by Trump, at least he would invite me to the White House with Black History Month. He didn't do that. I had no emails from him. Right? And I'm not tripping on that. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm not here to be at any event. I'm here to do my mission in life. Anyway, so you go back to 2008, Barack Obama. I voted for Barack Obama, and I was happy to vote for Barack Obama in 2008. Of course, we have hindsight. We have hindsight. Hold on. What's going on? Hold on. Let me read something. Oh, okay, you're venting. Okay, got you. I wonder what you were saying. So Barack Obama in 2008, I want you to hear some things he said, right, in 2008. And you tell me if this sounds like MAGA. Listen to this.
The Bush administration, has done nothing to control the problem that we have. We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem. And the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. And so what we have to do is create a comprehensive solution to the problem. Now, I have already stated that as president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, an employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker. That has to change. They have to be held accountable.
Well, now, don't that sound like MAGA? That kind of conversation? Minus. I got to give a minus. The prosecuting of businesses that hire them. Don't that kind of sound like MAGA to you? That was Barack Obama. And really, it was a whole lot. You should hear what he said about gay marriage back then. He wasn't for it. And don't even get Joe Biden on it back then. They was on one. If anybody was MAGA in 2008, it was Barack Obama and Joe Biden. By today's standards, you would have called them MAGA. Okay? Now, when I play this other video from 13 years ago, and it was on whitehouse.gov, I have a question. Is Donald Trump just following the playbook of Barack Obama when it comes to Doge? Is that what he really doing? And why the Democrats got a problem with it if literally he's following the playbook of Barack Obama, literally. And some people say Barack Obama in recent times was a decent president. You can argue those things. Of course, he didn't do nothing for FBAs. Now, if you're immigrants, he did something for you. If you're LGBT, you had a great advocate. Do Barack Obama speak very well? Yes. Does he look respectful in that position? Yes. Did he have any scandals? No. He didn't sound like a bumbling idiot. He didn't, so I give him that. He had a decent looking family. I give him that. Look, I'm going to give people credit where credit is due. With the Affordable Care Act, allowing your children to stay on the insurance till you're 26, whether it's private or whether the Affordable Care Act was a great thing. I'm going to give Barack Obama his credit on that. I just think the Democrats should have did free health care, but here nor there, Barack Obama could have been the greatest president ever if he'd have did reparations, right? But he did not do it, and he had a Democrat-controlled House and Democrat-controlled Senate at the time. So the first 2 years, if he wanted to, but the Democrats do not want to do reparations, okay? They don't. They believe in, because the reason why they don't want to do reparations, like I told y'all before, the liberals don't want FBAs to get out of opposition naturally, because let me tell you something. All you need is a little injection of capital. What I've learned about a lot of black businesses, what I've learned about them, is if you give them an injection of capital, okay? You say, Cynthia, you was invited to the White House? Okay. All right. Okay, cool. If you give a lot of black people right now, I know a lot of black business owners right now, what's holding them back from growth is an injection of capital. If you give these black people, and I'm talking about these black people aren't one that's going to be out here squandering money. They're not going to smoke it up. They're not going to drink it up. They're not going to go buy a bunch of name brand clothes and cars and purses and shoes. And no. You give them the money, they're actually going to put it back into their business. They don't want those black people to get that money and turn their companies into billion dollar companies. We have so many black people right now in our community. They have great ideas and doing their businesses. They just need a little money to take them to that next level. And one thing these people know, they know that there's plenty of people out here who could be watching right now who are FBA. If you get reparations right now, even if you're not in business, maybe that capital help you start your business. If you got that capital right now from reparations, you wouldn't go trick it off. You wouldn't go smoke it up. No, you would actually use that money as seed money, plant that seed, and then you're going to have a bountiful harvest. That's what the main reason why they don't want you and me to have reparations is because they know that people like me and you, we're not going to trick it off. We're not. We don't care about name brand this. We don't care about whatever. No, because that don't mean nothing to us. We rather leave a legacy for our family, a legacy for our community. So that's why the Democrats don't want us to have it, okay? We already know the Republicans are on. Whether their reasons are, oh, we just don't want you to have it. The Democrats are smiling in your face, but they don't want us to have it. Listen, I told y'all, California, you can't get more Democrat than California. And if California won't give you reparations, then that lets you know Democrats don't want to give you reparations. Republicans have no control in California, none. And yet you can't get reparations in California? Then that means the party don't want you to have reparations. It's not just Gavin Newsom, it's the party. And the messed up part is you got black politicians that will go along with you not getting reparations because they're already getting theirs. And they're willing to say, hey, F all these other black people. I'm getting mine. And until we wake up in every state, until we wake up in the local level, the national level, the state level, till we wake up and weaponize our vote and get these people on out of here. Because I'm saying, look, you're no earthly good to us in that position, so you got to go. Because I'm a firm believer all black, listen, what Julius Malema said about the EFF, I agree with that. He said, what is the point of you being in the EFF and you not registered to vote? What is the point? You can't even vote for us. He said, if you're not registered to vote, I'm kicking you out. I agree with Julius on that. FBAs, all of you need to be registered to vote. All of you. Because there's a time to sit it out. It is. Then there's a time to say, hey, man, that guy over there, hey, all us FBAs, let's go get this dude out. Let's go get this female out. They're working for the folks. We don't need that no more. We got to send a message to the folks that your puppets is not going to work here no more because we're going to get up about, because that's called what it is. A lot of us are lazy. We're lazy politically. We do a lot of bumping our gums and talking, but we won't go down the street to our local polling locations and go get some of these people out. You understand? That's what I tell you. Get your behind registered to vote. Have your driver's license and have your U.S. passport. That's the three things I've always advocated for all of you to have. Minimum. Well, it's a fourth thing, but I don't try to say that too much on this platform. But those three, it's no excuse. Driver's license, U.S. passport, voter registration card. Freedom of movement in the country and out of the country, and participation in your local election, state election, and national election. You can't complain, can't say crap if you're not out here trying to get these people out. Beyond with you, the folks is not really our problem politically. Who's our problem? It's them black politicians. They're our problem. If we clean house first within the community, clean house, get out the Congressional Black Caucus, that need to go. That all of them need to go. We need to start over from scratch. All of them. You got dual allegiances, you're out. Okay, if you are FBA and we see you working for other groups, you're out. It's just that simple. If you're not staying on business for FBAs, and you out. But what are y'all going to do? Are you going to sit here and complain all day? You know what I'm saying? What's that woman that just ran for Senate? Angela Also Brooks. Just saw her, right? She ran for Senate. And as soon as she got in there, she was doing exactly the Democrat thing. I'm just shaking my head. I said, and you have some highly educated black people, and yet they go over there and still follow the playbook. They can't think for themselves. None of them can. And that's why sometimes I know, let me say this with proper balance. When it comes to a lot of these politicians, their education level sometimes to me seems like it makes them compromised. Because you're so highly educated, but yet you go follow a party and don't think for yourself. But yet you got these doctorate degrees. Some of them got lawyer degrees. All kinds of degrees they have, but yet you go follow a party and don't think for yourself. You don't read the temperature in the room with your own community. You don't read it. You can't be that smart. Then the boule stuff that go along with them. So I don't want to come across as like I hate education or hate educated brothers and sisters. I don't. Because it's not your rank and file everyday brothers and sisters who's educated. It's not them. It's those that's in those positions. And I'm like, man, your degree don't mean crap because that's for you. The community are benefiting off your degree. Okay, you in the boule. That's not benefiting the community whatsoever. It's not benefiting crap. That's why, like, if I have anything that happened for me personally, I don't get on here and say, hey, y'all, I got this and I got that. Look at me. Like, you don't care. It's not benefiting you. Now, Courtney says, yeah, Trump literally following Obama's playbook with Doge because it's a rebranding of USDS, which was created in 2014 from Obama, and it's already fully funded. Trump is practically out Democrating the Democrats. Yeah. Now, let's get to that video. The one that you're talking about. You're talking about the U.S. Digital Service, something like that. Well, let's get to the video with Obama. And now, isn't this Trump one-on-one? Let's play this. And this, now remember, Obama's the author of this. What you see today, Doge and all that, it's not them. It was Obama.
Hi, everyone. This stack of books right here is called the Federal Register. For decades, copies have been printed, bound, and sent to thousands of government offices all across the country, every single day. And while you might think that most people just can't wait to dig into their copy as soon as it arrives, the truth is, no one reads this thing. And that's because it's been available on the internet for years, which means taxpayers have been funding some pretty expensive doorstops. So we're putting an end to that, saving you millions of dollars each year. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody. Waste we should be getting rid of, even if we didn't have a deficit. We're off to a good start. Over the last 2 years, we've pulled the plug on all kinds of ridiculous practices. Apparently, the government used to overnight containers filled with nothing. Don't ask why that is. Sure, some of these cuts aren't that big, but no amount of waste is acceptable. Not when it's your money. Not at a time when so many Americans are already cutting back. Just as families are living within their means, government should too, so we can invest in the things that we know will create good jobs and grow the economy. Things like education and technology. Besides, after a while, all these cuts add up. Already we've identified about $33 billion in savings just for this year. And we're not finished, not by a long shot. Did you know the federal government pays for a website devoted to a folk music ensemble made up of forest rangers? They're called the Fiddlin' Foresters. I'll put their music on my iPod, but I'm not paying for their website. And there are hundreds of similar sites that we should consolidate or just get rid of. By the way, you're not only paying for websites no one needs, you're paying for thousands of buildings all across the country no one uses. For the last decade, the government's owned a massive and completely empty warehouse in the middle of Brooklyn, for example. Now, the government hadn't been able to sell this building and others like it because of red tape and Washington politics that held things up for years. But we're finally cutting through all that and plan to get rid of these buildings in the months ahead. All of these efforts to target waste and make government more efficient have been a priority for my administration since day one. But as we work to tackle the budget deficit, we need to step up our game. We need to go after every dime. We need to make government work for you. That's why, starting today, I've asked the Vice President to lead a renewed effort to hunt down misspent tax dollars in every agency and department of this government. We're calling it the Campaign to Cut Waste. And I know Joe's the right man to lead it, because nobody messes with Joe.
There's a new standard by which the government is going to function from this point on. The American people are entitled to transparency. By that I mean they're entitled to be able to figure out where their dollars are going, and they're entitled to accountability to make sure that we're using the dollars for what we said it was for. That's our job, and we take that job very seriously. Look, a lot of this depends on new, sophisticated methods, but it also, we know, depends on relentless focus on making this a priority. Focus that can't be delegated. We're holding ourselves accountable, and we're deeply committed and focused on making government function better. We're not just eliminating fraud and waste. We hope to be instilling an entire new culture that not only our administration, but every succeeding administration will in fact pursue. We're going to give you the government you expect and deserve. So I want to thank you all, and we're ready to get to work.
All right, y'all. Well, that was Barack Obama and Joe Biden. You know, the Joe Biden, the old Joe Biden, right? Not the one that was president, but that version of Joe Biden. That version of Joe Biden was something else, right? We know that. But all the same language Trump is using about government efficiency, like Elon Musk had come up with nothing new. Barack Obama said all that. Cutting fraud, cutting waste, not sites that the government is paying for, and it's the same thing. So was Barack Obama MAGA back then? I just had that question. Was he MAGA? Did Donald Trump see what Barack Obama was doing, thought it was a great idea, and copied it? So really, he's only continuing a policy of Barack Obama. And a lot of Democrats love Barack Obama. So why are y'all mad at Trump when he's literally copied Obama's playbook to the T? Minus the firings of federal workers, minus that. I'm just trying to figure that part out. I don't have a problem with cutting waste, fraud, but when people say fraud, this is my issue about them saying the term fraud. They're locking people up for PPP fraud all the time. I seen a deal on TikTok. A dude went to jail like for PPP fraud for $20,000. Not them $2 million, $20,000. So regular people go to jail. So when these people gonna start going to jail? That's what I want to know. I mean, if I had to ask Trump a question, I would say, hey, okay, when you find this fraud, when the indictment is going to start dropping? Because I would tell them, people are going to jail for $20,000 PPP loans. Okay, $20,000. You got people that's defrauding the government in the millions and billions. So when are these people going to jail? Seriously. And do you know they want to extend the statute of limitations about the any COVID era fraud when it comes to PPP, any unemployment benefits, any fraudulent EIDL loans. They want to extend, because Biden signed to extend it up to 10 years. They want to extend it an additional 5 years. Right? So they want to, they sign, Trump, it gets for his desk up to 15 years of statute of limitations. Biden already extended it by 10 years. So all y'all there was scamming. And then most people that were scamming with PPP, when I listen to the story, it's people that didn't even have a business that's scamming. Or if they did have a business, they lied and said like they had 20, 30 employees. And they didn't even have one. They didn't have one. They like, it's like a sole proprietorship, right? I seen one dude went down for PPP, said he had a business, find out he didn't have none. Y'all do know that when they look into your situation, they're going to see you file IRS tax returns for that business. That's the first way they're going to bust you. And a lot of you didn't have no tax returns. Then also the bank going to bust you out because they're going to say, hey, this guy buying the Lambo, like, I don't think that's for his business. They're going to turn you in. So that's how a lot of people getting busted too with the PPP. Now, I know a lot of black people got PPP and they had legitimate businesses and it worked out great for them, PPP. So now everybody that got PPP was scamming. You understand? The PPP was actually good for people that had actual legitimate employees, stuff like who are black people, and it was forgiven. Yeah, it was great for them. The only thing I kind of heard that, some people got PPP, but it was audited the next year by the IRS. Now we didn't take that. Oh, no. When somebody told me about PPP, I'm like, yeah, I feel uneasy about that. Like, they just going to just give me money and then they're going to forgive it? Like they're not going to want no money back? I'm like, nah. I said, if I get something, I want to pay it back. I don't feel good about that. And I'm glad I made the right move. I am cool on that. Yeah. You had people buying the Lambos. Yeah, people buying yachts. Shopping sprees. Remember the one dude that paid off his child support? Well, I guess that's honorable. You're paying your child support off, but PPP wasn't meant for you to pay your child support, brother. I know you owe child support, but it wasn't meant for you to child support. But yeah, they were just so flossing. I mean, like, how do you steal money and then you gonna be out in these people's face just flaunting it? You would think that if you gonna do it, let me not say that if I get in trouble. Only thing I'm gonna say is, the way y'all did things was like, please arrest me. Just please arrest me. Like, please. Just because when business owners get money like that, they don't go to spending. They don't. Because, like, man, I got to pay my taxes. I got to pay my employees. Man, let me go ahead and pay this lease up. If I got this extra money, let me pay this lease over here at this business. You know what? Let me get caught up on ordering supplies. Let me look at our business insurance. Hey, let me go ahead and pay that up. Let me go ahead and save some of this money in case of a rainy day. Like, true business owners are not tricking off money. They're not doing it. Now, I'm not saying that you don't get a pay of yourself on your own. And if your business is doing good and you want to get, and you cutting yourself a check or a distribution, whatever you want to get, and you want to do that with your own money out the business, go ahead, do it. But you just don't do it with even if you get a regular SBA loan, right, that you got to pay back. It's not for you to go out there tricking, because they'll arrest you for that too. Not just PPP. They tell you can't be out here buying this stuff. It's for the business. And all the scammers, even they were talking about a lot of the Nigerian scammers and said Nigerians was going in with that PPP to see what the Nigerians was doing. A lot of them was getting the money and going back to Nigeria with it. So they wasn't worried. But the rest of you that's staying here, yeah, you getting caught up. Yeah, Kevin. Do you know the epitome? When you show, and black people, I need y'all to learn this. We show that we have never had, like my grandma say, you always know when somebody don't have nothing by the way they act and what they buy. The moment you get some money, you think name brands is the epitome of luxury. But then go look at the people who really make money. They don't even go buy the cars you buy. They don't walk around with the name brand clothes that you wear or what you value. They don't value that. They value what you call quiet luxury. Matter of fact, this is what they get down is. If they see too many of y'all, us, wearing something, they say, oh, we ain't wearing that no more. It's too affordable. That's how they view it. We need to wear something else. They don't want to wear no brands that you're wearing. People like that, their expensive thing they're going to wear is probably a watch. The men, a watch. They may wear a t-shirt, maybe probably 2003 account, and some jeans, don't have no name brands on it, but that watch he got on, it's worth a bag. But you wouldn't know because you're not a watch person. Yeah, and that's why they have money, because they're not blowing it. Or some men, you get money. Well, men of all communities do this. But, when men are disciplined in their money, they're not tricking it off. See, if you do research on the wealthy, they get them a wife. They get them a wife. They don't have a bunch of girlfriends. Because whether you agree with this or not, a lot of rich people understand the spiritual, whether they believe in God or not. They understand the spiritual, and they know it's a spiritual law and biblical principle that you get a special blessing on your life when you have a wife. You don't get that special blessing as a man being single. You can disagree with me all you want. I'm just telling you what the Bible teach. Why you think these rich men, they divorce one woman and you see they get married to another one? Have you noticed that? And they divorce one woman and the woman leave them and they go get another one. They may be married 3, 4, 5, 6 times, but they constantly staying married. Have you noticed that? It's a principle for that. That's what they're doing it for. But what do I know? The rich men try to stay married for the most part. Because what does the scripture teach? He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain what? Favor from the Lord. Right? That's what scriptures teach. It didn't say she finds a husband. No, don't apply to she. Apply to he. You can disagree with me if you want. I'm just telling you what the scriptures say. You obtain a special favor by you going out and finding your wife. Your wife's not supposed to find you. You don't supposed to be a princess, fellas, looking for the woman to find you. You understand what I'm saying? You supposed to go do the hunting, not the woman hunting you. She can be the bait, of course. There's ways women can bait you to show they're interested, but you supposed to go out there and find your woman. Because there's too many little guys today. I'm noticing, at least younger ones, they want to be a little princess, and I don't think that's cool. You want women to treat you like you say them. Some men say they're masculine, but you actually acting kind of feminine too. Some of you, right? So start being masculine, and you're not gonna run into that too much. But that's a conversation of a different day. Yeah, you're right. In Islam, they believe in marriage. I know a lot of East Indians, they believe in marriage. Our people right now in our community, I think what's hurting us the most right now is the lack of family structure. You may say, well, you still got boyfriend and girlfriends living together. Remember what I said? You don't obtain certain favor unless you have a wife. You got to get you a wife. I mean, look, as a man, and I don't know why I'm on this tangent. As a man, okay, you do what you do, fine. But you're supposed to get tired of that eventually, right? You say, okay, I didn't seen enough females. I didn't build enough, whatever. I'm tapped out. You know what? I'm cool. And you don't wait to be 50 to say I'm tapped out, because that shows you immature, okay? I think you should tap out maybe in your late 20s. You should be able to go ahead and tap out and say, yeah, I'm done with that. Or mid-20s, whatever. I'm cool. And then say, I'm looking for something that's worthwhile now. I'm looking for my wife now. I think it's utterly despicable, in my opinion. You wait till you're 50, and now you're talking about you want to marry somebody. Why you didn't get married sooner, bro? At this point, you looking for a woman to take care of you. And then some of you want to get married when you get sick. Why? That ain't one responsibility to come be a nurse for you. You should have got your wife a long time ago, and your wife gonna get on you behind about your health. When the last time you been to the doctor? You keep saying you hurting? I'm going with you. Come on. A lot of guys don't have that. You gotta have that. My wife will get on to me. No. Call that doctor right now. Right now. Call him. She did to me one time about something. I was like, well, I'll be give me that phone. I'm calling. Wives will do that to you. But if you're single, who gonna do that to you? Nobody. And your little side pieces you're fooling with, they don't care about you. They don't care about what they can run your pockets, bro. That's all they care about. They don't care about you. You got to have you a wife. Just a piece of advice. As a guy who's been married, 13 years. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. It's greatly important. It's free on the channel. Make sure you click the like button, download the AD&C app, and become a member today. That's you say, how can I support the show greatly? Just get the app. That's the best way, and become a monthly, quarterly. You can do yearly, annual, or you can do lifetime. That'd be even better, right? So thank y'all for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.